Shelley and I did the Mosquito Falls and Chapel Falls via Chapel Loop Trail at Pictured Rock National Lakeshore outside of Munising, Michigan. The trail itself is close to a 12-mile loop that takes you through two waterfalls, one at the beginning and one at the end, and then meanders through a very picturesque multi-vista view of the coastline. The terrain is relatively smooth. The only two issues you will encounter on the trail is mud and tree roots. Tree roots themselves are very prevalent on the Mosquito Falls portion of the loop. The biggest issue on the trail by far is the mud. The weather during the summertime at Pictured Rocks can change daily. There is considerable amount of precipitation, and this leads to a series of almost permanent mud spots. Don't let this deter you from trying this awesome trail, though. Mud has been such an issue on that trail that there have been workarounds created on almost all mud spots. Shelley and I went after a long weekend of rain, and while there was significant mudding, the workarounds kept us completely dry and almost completely clean. The elevation gain is 754 feet according to all trails. Most all of the tough treading in regards to elevation is on the trail from Mosquito Falls Campground to the trailhead, but it does not match anything we've done recently, and again should not at all be a deterrent. The trail is rated as moderate on all trails, and I think that's simply due to the mileage. The trail is about 85% covered by forest-type trail working. This trail is also notorious for mosquitoes and stable flies that do bite. If you don't take the proper precautions, this trail can be miserable in regards to the mosquitoes and flies. We sprayed our clothes the night before with the Sawyer permethrin, and before we started the trail, we sprayed all exposed skin with additional strong repellent, and we weren't bothered at all. So you might be thinking to yourself, what in the world makes this trail worth driving 8 hours to get tripped up by tree roots, wade through mud, and be carried away by mosquitoes and biting flies? This seems really, really stupid. Well, the answer? Vistas, vistas, and more vistas. That's what makes this trail a top 3 trail that we have encountered. I would say every quarter of a mile to a half a mile, there are points that are like the scenic view pull-offs you might see along the interstate if you're driving through the Smoky Mountains or out west. And each one of these vistas is unbelievable beauty, colors, and rock formations. And each vista is different as well. We never pulled off and thought to ourselves, we've seen that before. There are pull-offs to explore on rocks that overlook the lake, as well as pull-offs for Chapel Beach and Mosquito Beach. In fact, later in the day, we saw people hiking in bathing suits with the express purpose of spending the day at Chapel Beach. How many places are there to explore and take pictures or just sit and take in God's beauty? Well, All Trails recommends that this route should take you no more than 3 hours and 41 minutes or 3.5 hours. It took us 7 hours and 23 minutes. And the videos and pictures you are watching shows you why it took us so long. It is easily the most scenic route we have taken to date. The views remind us of pictures we may see in Oregon or Washington or Northern California. And in fact, this spring we took a trip to California to visit Channel Islands National Park, and that video is coming soon. And Pictured Rocks gets comparisons to this national park in regards to its cliffs, rocks, and colors of the water and surrounding area. Lake Superior is so vast that there is no time you get the feeling that you're hiking around a lake feature. It gives a sense that you are hiking along a very beautiful coastline. The locals told us that the water temperature in the lake does not really increase to a level in which algae is allowed to grow. It is pretty cold. If you get in, it's probably in the mid-50s, mid-upper 50s. Because of this, the water remains crystal clear and turquoise blue. The only day it didn't rain while we visited was this day, and it just created a perfect backdrop for a day hike. Here are a few other helpful logistics about this hike. The trailhead is right off of Chapel Road, which is a dirt road. A 2-wheel drive car can make the trailhead, probably with no problems. The only concern that I would see is if it were raining or had rained previously in a large amount, may cover up some potholes that you definitely don't want your car going into. You always hear people recommend that let me go back one thing. On Chapel Road, the dirt road, if you use Google Maps to get there, it will have you turn off of another dirt road. Do not do this. Chapel Road takes you directly to the trailhead. Stay on Chapel Road. Now, you always hear people that will recommend this, and we saw this firsthand. Get to the trailhead early. It is a decently sized parking lot, around 30 to 50 cars, I would think, but we arrived around 8 a.m., a little bit before 8 a.m., and the parking lot was nearly empty. When we arrived back at our car, say around 3:30 or so, not only was the parking lot completely full and people driving and lurking for parking spots, but there were people parked alongside the road for nearly 2 miles away from the trailhead. Another advantage of starting early is that for the first half of this adventure, we saw literally no one. It was peaceful, beautiful, and everything you could imagine a perfect hike to be. The last third of the hike was pretty heavily trafficked, especially from Mosquito Falls to the car. There are no bathrooms open or available for the entire day. Plan accordingly. You also need to bring water, your own water or a filtration system. There are springs along the way to filter water if that's the thing that you do. The trailhead is free of charge. The trail is also part of the North Country Trail System. It would be relatively easy to trek and have a beautiful backpack walk this trail from, say, 12 Mile Beach to, say, Miners Beach or Miners Falls. There are a number of campsites along the trail. If interested, there are also a number of YouTube videos regarding backpacking picture drops that you can use to research. They also, we looked into it a little bit, they have a backpacking shuttle that can drop you off at one location and pick you up at the other. In my mind, Pictured Rocks is a 2 or 3 day visit-worthy location. Another tremendous hike would be Spray Falls from Little Beaver Lake. This is a 7.5 mile trek and takes you out to the picturesque coves. If you only have 2 days to do Pictured Rocks, though, you must do the epic hike described, and you also have to spend the next day seeing Pictured Rocks from the lake. We utilized the outfitter's Pictured Rocks kayaking. It is a bit expensive. It was $169 per kayaker, and every participant is going to be seated in a tandem kayak, even if there's an odd number of people in your group. These guys are great. They are enthusiastic, they're knowledgeable, and very friendly. And what makes them the go-to is they use a boat to take you out to a location and then drop you off in your kayak. And then they also pick you up further down the road. This means basically that if you book a 5-hour tour with them, there's no out and back. You won't start in the same location. You will only see everything once instead of seeing it on the way out and also on the way back. You spend more time on the water, and they do, very conscientious of safety, but then also will make sure that you're always paddling with the wind to your back, which, if you've kayaked before, that's a big deal. Their link is in the description below. Bottom line is that Pictured Rocks overall is a bucket list location for any Michigan hiking excursion. So, Petoskey, Michigan, what is it known for other than being halfway between Mackinac Island and Traverse City? Gotta be something.
I've been waiting, worth every minute though. You took the time and changed it into something beautiful. When I close my eyes, only you that I see. You're in my head, in my heart, in my dreams. Take you, my love, take you a little bit higher. Know what you want, hold you a little bit tighter. I wanna pull you in close, want you to let it all go. Take you, my love, take you a little bit higher. I'll take every moment that I have with you, treat it with a heart wide open, like it's all I'm made to do. Take you, my love, take you a little bit higher. Know what you want, hold you a little bit tighter. I wanna pull you in close, want close my eyes, only you that I see. You're in my head, in my heart, in my dreams. When I close my eyes, only you that I see. You're in my head, in my heart, in my dreams. Take you, my love, take you a little bit higher. Know what you want, hold you a little bit tighter. Take you, my love, take you a little bit higher. Know what you want, hold you a little bit tighter. I wanna pull you in close, want you to let it all go. Take you, my love, take you a little bit higher. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. Take you, my love. A little bit higher. Take you, my love. I'll take you a little bit higher.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be yours. One day I'll be yours. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours.